We're out of the gate today. It's a surreal feeling that we're going to be able to do this event, but I'm so excited about the 18th goat. The goat is a quintessential alpine adventure run. It's been going since 2004. It's a bucket list event now for Kiwi trail runners, so we've got the very top runners from the Olivia Burns and Ryan Carr right down to the beginners who want the ultimate challenge in adventure trail running. We've got a lot of people who've done anywhere between 5 and 15 goats, so there's just something about it that draws back people each year. It's going to be hot in those valleys, so you're going to have to keep hydrating yourself, get some coolness as you get onto the tops, feel that wind on your face, but pace yourself for the first half.
This course, it throws really a lot of everything at athletes. You know, you've got a couple of kilometres down a road, relatively quick. You immediately dive into the Tongariro National Park with some really rugged, rough scoria stones. You cut your way down towards Whakapapa stream. You cross there and then really you roll on some difficult, rutted out technical terrain, and then eventually they'll find themselves at the bottom of the real climb itself. The last 3 or 4 kilometres of this event, up a waterfall, like a bare slab of a rock that you have to sort of pick your way along. It's all exposed, there's no real trail markers at this point, and they'll climb all the way up the waterfall until finally they meet the road again, and they'll be inside of the finish line, but they're not there yet. Mama's Mile is one of the hardest finishes to a trail race, and for the last probably 10-20 minutes, athletes will struggle their way up the road around the back of the Turoa village and finally meet us on the finish line, and so rewarding when they make it. Check their watches, those 3-hour targets, those 4-hour targets, they'll be chasing them all the way up that final climb, but what an amazing way to finish a trail run.
In the last few years, everyone's really kind of learned that you can't take a day of adventure, you can't take a day of freedom for granted. So yeah, I think this is what's all about for me, to just kind of live out of my comfort zone and see what I can do.
My last goat was a few years ago, and I'm obviously getting older, and I'd like to either match or beat my time that I did a few years back. So that's my challenge for the day.
We went pretty fast down the hill, which was I was a bit worried about doing that, and then we did. But once we got onto the trail and stuff, it was just like rocky as I expected, but kind of got into a groove, and then yeah, I enjoyed it pretty much the whole way through. I love the waterfall. I know it's most people's probably worst nightmare, but I just love this. That's probably the most scenic bit. So I love that kind of striding up the waterfall and you're close. There's so much character to this event. Like, there's plenty of trail events around. The atmosphere and how everything's goat themed, and people come to this event over and over again because it's kind of like a little special culture.
Oh no, it's just so rough out there. You sort of forget how bad it is. Like, yeah, it's unforgiving. This is my second time on the actual course, but my third time at the goat. So I did the contingency course 2019. 30 seconds on that road at the start going down, that can cost you, 5 minutes at the back end. So you got to sort of pace yourself today. I was telling everybody I knew, take it easy on the road. I didn't, went out too hard and then sort of paid for it. Above the waterfall, started getting quite dizzy and I was sort of stumbling around a bit, and I was sort of overheated, so back off and just try and bring it home. I just couldn't give it anything. I was sort of, any time I tried to go hard, you'd sort of stumbling. So you just have to try and get some water. And if there's a creek, like every creek I come up to, I was just wetting myself down, just trying to cool down.
I think I was almost the last person to finish. Possibly a couple was left behind, so it took me about 6 hours something. I don't even remember looking at the finish line. Time wasn't really important for me. It was really a matter of finishing in one piece, but it was brutally grueling. Like, I thought I'd listening to music and singing along, and I had to concentrate the whole entire time. And then there was such amazing support with people along the way, the marshals and airplanes along the way. Do you need a barley sugar? Yes, I need a barley sugar. It was awesome. So that really kept me going, and I met someone about halfway through the trail who I feel like was my goat angel. So she and I just paired up towards the last bit and finished together, which is really beautiful. And I told her, you're my best friend for life now, because we pretty much faced our biggest fears. So it was awesome. The goat is amazing.